Alright, just doing an update. So it's been 2 days now. Basically, they're all kicking along. Give them a drink right now because it's summer and it's hot, but they're actually doing quite well regardless. I guess what I'm doing right now is I'm planning where these remaining ones are going to go. And so what I'm doing is I'm spending a bit of time and doing a really good job at like getting rid of the weeds under. See, you got these crappy vines here that grow through them. So I'm doing a really good job at going around each of the existing plants and removing the weeds. I might prune back some of these trees like I have done here. So native gardenia, all the fruits on it, just so I can access underneath the tree. And then essentially it's going to be a bit more of a challenging area, but I'm going to try and plant out some of the lomandras in this kind of bit of the gully here too. I've done that kind of that side of the tree. Kind of want to put some in this more rocky area, so it's probably going to be a lot more difficult to plant out. Then I'll use any remaining on the other side as well. So I think once I've got the weeds all kind of cleared back, I'll kind of plot out how many I've got left and where I want them, and I'll probably space them out on this side and this side here. So to kind of explain this part of the property, this is kind of like a stream that only has water when it rains. So when the hills fill up with water, they all come down through the property here, and then they go out into the Cedar Creek itself. So yeah, that's kind of an update of what I'm hoping to achieve this afternoon. I probably won't get anything planted, but it's basically going to be an afternoon of weeding, maintenance around this existing line, and then planting the next lot. So I got my first she oak planted. So I wanted to get these in the ground because they were struggling in the tube stocks. This is probably the best looking one. Kind of got one going here. You can see how some of the leaves there are starting to brown out. I'm hopeful that now that they're in the ground and their roots are kind of in some good soil, that hopefully they'll get less stressed out and start to thrive. So planted these fairly close to each other. This is probably the worst looking one. I'm not sure this one's going to survive. Planted them close together, so in theory what should happen is there's male and female trees, and then they cross-pollinate. So you can see it's a bit more open now, and I just wanted to quickly talk about how I prune the branches. It's all about, I guess, kind of being practical, but also just kind of making the tree do what I want for the area. So this is a good example here. Now you can kind of see right at the base of the tree, I can get in there, I can do any weed management, and like I said, I can now plant some new plants to try and offset the erosion. So this is one that I haven't cut over here and here. You can see this one here I have cut. So I am going from the bottom, any low hanging thing, but I do try to leave some stuff at the bottom so you can see, and usually in different directions. So basically you can see one of the bottom branches going that way and that way. So even though like I have pruned down the bottom, I've left some branches out, and I've tried to consciously pick which ones I leave based on kind of ideally airflow. So you don't want them kind of coming back on each other. It just kind of reduces the airflow. So again, it's probably another example where I've left it a branch heading up towards the area, but I've cut on the side that I want to get around. So it's kind of, like I said, practical, but also trying to manage the plant in a way which gives it the best ability to grow with everything else in the environment.